from the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
All right, it's all about weather, seemingly during the course of the afternoon into the evening hours. As we mentioned before, thunderstorms have been pushing off to the east now. Some of the strongest storms still have tornado warnings with them. Tornado watch off to the east. This is the Arkansas-Oklahoma border areas. Storm tracker's been all over. We've got the snow in the Panhandle area. It has been a very active storm system. As that came out, we ended up with multiple severe storms and tornado warnings going on, primarily in our southeast viewing area, and northeastern Texas was hammered hard. We do know of fatalities with that. And you see it how it's kind of all evolved. Warm, moist air coming up, huge storm system out there, a lot of lift, creating the severe weather and the tornadoes. It has been a big, big deal, obviously, across the region. Speaking of which, we're going to take a look at the storm track, and you can see the storm track of one of those went across areas from just east of Paris, Texas, and then went on up to where Vaughn is in Ida Bell near Broken Bow, and then continued into Arkansas. And in fact, that's where we find Vaughn right now. Vaughn, give us an update again on what we're looking at, and then we're going to look at the church after or before the tornado. So give us a little bit more information out of Ida Bell, if you would.
Yeah, this is the Trinity Baptist Church. It sits right at the corner of Highway 3 and the loop that goes around the east side of Ida Bell. This is what's left of it, 26,000 square foot church. I talked to the county commissioner. This is his church. And to put a side note on it, this is where they vote. So it is totally destroyed. And it was, I mean, it's all it is just a bunch of steel right now. But I'm just now getting some video from looking on Twitter of the tornado that came through here. Unbelievable, Travis. The morning's going to find a lot worse damage somewhere else here in Ida Bell. I can promise you that. Back to you.
Oh, okay. And have you heard very much else from any other areas around there? I know you're saying you're seeing some of the video coming in. It was a bad tornado, obviously. Have you heard anything else further northeast toward Broken Bow or Odo?
Haven't heard anything towards Broken Bow. I have heard that the tornado that I was on north of Paris, which is Powderly, Texas, there's quite a few fatalities with it. And it was a very, very strong tornado also, Travis.
Yeah, we were on the air with you when that was crossing the highway up in there, and you're showing us that. Thank you, Vaughn, for a big, long day, and that is amazing once again. And this is what that church looked like before the tornado moved in, so you get an idea of just how big of a tornado that had to be. Also, we're looking up to the north a little bit further. Heavener also getting hit pretty hard, and around the Heavener area. Let's go to J.D. right now, who has some more information on what's going on. J.D., what's been the latest in Heavener?
Well, just like it always goes, they just opened the highway that I've been sitting here on. This is Highway 128 east of Heavener. Tornado did come through here and do some damage. It hit a mill here where they produce chicken feed and several houses. Haven't heard of any injuries. The highway, it literally just now opened, so you can go east of Waldron. But I did speak to a law enforcement officer down in Broken Bow, and they're doing search and rescue on the east side of Broken Bow. They took a hard hit there as well. So the town of Heavener, it was to the east of them. They were scathed, and also it hit up around Monroe, Oklahoma. Back to you, Travis.
Okay. Thanks so much. I appreciate it very much, J.D. And again, over in the dark, we had a lot of flashing going on. But again, the key thing is as the tornado was coming through near the Ida Bell area, the Mesonet site, picking up 108-mile-per-hour winds. And you know that's devastating. We had some wind gusts to 45 miles per hour today and some wind gusts to almost 40 and above 40 in several areas, but nothing quite like what was going on in southeastern Oklahoma. Again, that was the place that was hammered the hardest. There was some much needed rain in some of these areas, so we're pretty happy. But we ended up with some snow too. Some trace amounts of snow. Some of that was sticking on some grassy surfaces this afternoon, a sign of the things and times to come over the course of the next several weeks, as some storm systems are going to get pretty stout and cold as we go down into the next 2 to 3 weeks. Rainfall amounts were pretty high across eastern, southeastern, and there was a nice batch of rain in Buffalo, which hasn't had rain, we said last night, 96 days, I think it was, since they had a quarter inch of rain at one given time. They had over an inch today. So they broke away from that record. Good news for Pawhuska up around Copan, western Osage County, not so lucky. Western Tulsa, southeastern Osage County, Creek County not doing so well. Kind of an area from Rogers County on up to around Craig County in southeast Kansas. But at least there are some good spots. Again, you guys in southeastern Oklahoma picking up a lot of rain. It says Weber's Falls at 0. I don't think that gauge was correct. But again, some really intense rainfall. There's still going to be some water in several of those areas. So be careful careful on some areas that could be flooding yet, especially low water crossings. All right, so it's 60 over in Fayetteville. By morning, we're all cold. We're in the 30s to around 40. Clearing skies, and by afternoon, we're in the 60s. It is going to turn out to be nice. And football games look fantastic for tomorrow. Enjoy it because it's going to be nice. So that's the good news as far as what's going on there. We're talking about the next 9 days. Really warm next week, and then a chance of a storm system coming in and colder weather a little bit as we go on into Friday. So that's the latest of what's happening.